You've probably seen this popular bread before many times in local bakeries, grocery stores, cafes, or even your own house. Have you seen how it's made? This bread comes from a fermented living culture of yeast, bacteria, flour, and water that is used by the baker to create a loaf of this popular bread. You may wonder, how did this all start? Sourdough can be traced all the way back to ancient Egypt, where it is believed that the Egyptians accidentally discovered this method of making bread when a mixture of flour and water was left out and became fermented through interacting with the yeast and bacteria from the air. They quickly learned that if they left a piece of dough out to continue mixing with the yeast, that it would rise and they could continue to make bread. And so the starter begins. From Egypt, this method of baking became adopted by the ancient Greeks, where this method became a key component in their bakeries. From Greece, the Romans continued cultivating sourdough bread into something that we are more familiar with today. Eventually, sourdough made its way to America, where it continued to grow. In 1848, a French family of master bakers traveled to San Francisco, California, along with their beloved sourdough starters. During this time, the California gold rush was in full swing. The miners had limited access to food, so when sourdough bread came, it was like finding gold itself. From California, the process of sourdough starters spread throughout the country and has been in use ever since. As mentioned earlier, a sourdough starter is a living culture of flour and water mixed with wild yeast and bacteria. Through producing carbon dioxide, the starter continues to rise. It also creates lactic acid that helps create the sour, tangy flavor of the bread. When cared for correctly, a sourdough starter can last as long as you want it to. While originally meant for bread, a sourdough starter can be used in a wide range of baked goods, such as pancakes, waffles, muffins, and even other goods such as pretzels and pizza dough. Now, exactly how did sourdough starters become so popular? Throughout the past several years, sourdough starters have become more and more popular. But why and how? The answer is simple: social media. Through social media, people are able to share their experiences and hobbies with others. There are several methods on how people share their experiences. You can create a short video to share your content through platforms like TikTok or Instagram, or you can share blogs and posts about what you're up to. Through all of this constant communication, lesser known hobbies have become more and more popular. Out of many popular hobbies, sourdough has become known as a healthier way to enjoy bread. Because it is made through a natural process, products made from sourdough starters contain prebiotics and healthy minerals that are easier for your gut to digest and provide other benefits to your body. Plus, there are no preservatives. Because of the lack of artificial chemicals, some people who have allergies that prevent them from consuming store-bought bread are able to safely consume and enjoy sourdough starter products. As sourdough starters have become more and more popular, so has homesteading. Homesteading is a way that people can revert back to a simpler way of life where everything is homemade or homegrown. People do this for many reasons. One of them being that it leaves them feeling accomplished and productive when they create or make something themselves instead of just buying it from the store, even if it takes them longer to complete their task. Using a sourdough starter is also one way to engage your brain and encourage critical thinking and problem solving through trying different methods with your sourdough and keeping it alive and healthy. It also encourages your creativity. You can create so much with just a little starter. While all of these things are helpful and beneficial for you, a simple reason to have a sourdough starter is that it'll save you money when you're grocery shopping. And the initial cost is not very high either because it's just flour, water, and yeast. So what do you think? Are you going to try a sourdough starter?